What's going on, guys? So today I'll be going over some additional tips, tricks, and strategies for cycling and sniping that I didn't either cover or that I feel like I didn't elaborate enough on from my original comprehensive guide to playing Ratchet Deadlocked online professionally. I'll be sure to include a link to that video in the description, but here I have with me is Coal Wiper. He is my assistant for these demonstrations. So let's just get right to it. So firstly, I touched on the subject of jump sniping in the first video, but I feel like I didn't really explain it enough or touch on some of the advantages of using it. So starting out, in order to perform a clean jump snipe, you want to be aiming at your opponent, followed by a single jump and shooting your sniper. You can either fall straight back down to the ground or follow up with an extra jump after you've taken a shot with your fusion rifle. And as I touched on in the last video, you can use jump sniping to hit people from behind objects. You can also align jump snipes when you have the high ground or even the low ground. And one final trick you can do with jump sniping is shoot people in midair. For this, you want to shoot a B6 at your opponent, and when they've double jumped and flinched to the B6, take this opportunity to make your jump snipe. And here, I'll show you this one more time. So getting to the wrench, in the last video I showed you how you can sometimes avoid a sniper shot if you wrench down to the ground at the very last second of a fall. Something you should include if you're mid or close range is a B6 right before you wrench. This makes an opponent choose to risk B6 damage to hit you with a sniper, or it forces them to jump in the air, which most likely saves you from being sniped in the first place. And here's an example of that. So when trying to snipe your opponent, you can use a strategy such as charge booting from side to side with the Magma cannon before you take your shot. This can throw your opponent off since they might be thinking you're just going to be doing the usual strafe technique. So here's an example of that charge boot mag snipe combo. So I did touch on V2s in the first video, but I really didn't show the advantage of a V2 Magma cannon. And so up close, the V2 Magma cannon is very powerful. It can sometimes take more than half of your health if you shoot someone directly in the face with it. It also has an overpowered stun ability at close range, meaning you're pretty much guaranteed to stun your opponent in close range combat if you have this V2 weapon out. This makes it perfect for easily shooting your opponents with the fusion rifle. Here are two examples of that. So when you're in mid or close range combat, you can use your wrench to fly away from your opponent if they toss a B6 at you, which can really throw them off and also save you from their next attack. To perform this, double jump or side flip in any direction when you're about to make contact with an enemy's B6 bomb. A split second before the B6 bomb detonates, don't touch your left analog stick, and when the B6 bomb has damaged you, press square and you'll fly in the direction of your jump. Here are two examples of this. So now getting to the swing shot, you can use a tactic called wrench flying. This is used for speed and unpredictable landing. To perform this, have your swing shot equipped, charge boot at a swing shot orb, latch onto the swing shot orb without touching your left analog stick, and at the opposite end of the swing shot orb, let go and press square to wrench. You can also perform an extra jump after you've landed down with your wrench. Here's some examples. So getting to my one extra king of the hill tip, occasionally when you find yourself in the hill, you don't always want to strictly stay in the hill when in direct mid to long range sniper combat. You want to walk outside the hill briefly from time to time, and this will sometimes throw your opponent off since they think you're just most likely going to be strafing inside the hill. So here's an example of this. In team games, there is a very effective tactic called name switching. This is where two opponents are very close to one another, and their names cross from time to time, making one of the other names temporarily invisible from the viewpoint of the opposing team. This will throw off the opposing team's sniper aim. So using this tactic in a 2 versus 1 situation is very effective. This is what name switching looks like. Finally, when you start Ratchet Deadlocked, I would highly recommend you play in 16:9 and have progressive scan turned on under game settings on the main menu. And some players like to play on 4:3, and there's nothing wrong with this. 16:9 is just my preferred option because the gameplay feels a lot smoother and you can snipe so much better. But here's what 4:3 looks like. And here's what 16:9 looks like. Alright, and this is all that I feel like I missed or didn't cover enough. So I hope this helps you guys out even more for those who are still trying to get better. But thank you all for watching my video and have a great day.